This is for all you opera fans. When I was 9 or 10, I could sing really high, and I liked opera. I was one of those rare breed of boys who wanted to sing. I played Eisenstein and Figaro, Sarastro and Tamino, and knew everyone else's part by heart. Then I heard La Boheme was coming to the Met that spring. I learned the score in a week on repeat. Papignol, Papignol, Papignol. Walked into my audition on a mission to secure my position as the soloist. Vola il tromba, il cavallin. The solo was only 2 bars, but it landed me next to the stars. I was an opera kid, in love with fountains, 5 arches, 4 balconies. I was an opera kid, amazed by costumes, fat singers who sang in the original keys. And as I stood there in the light, not seeing anything, but feeling free, I thought, an opera kid at the Met, this is me. Then I grew up and couldn't sing high anymore, so I lacked opera. My voice had a wobble, and I knew I should probably give in. My friends were bankers and consultants, and I ultimately wanted to keep pace or win the race. So I passed the bar, became a partner, and watched the 5-figure checks begin. The saddest part, it didn't bother me at all, till I heard La Boheme was coming to the Met that fall. As I walked across Lincoln Square, a vivid memory appeared in thin air. Vola il tromba, il cavallin. And the moment I sat in aisle 5, something in me came alive. It was the opera kid taking the stage with Puccini and James Levine. A stubborn opera kid who didn't care what the world thought of him when he sang his line. And so I sat there in the dark, now seeing everything and wondering why that opera kid at the Met said goodbye. So when I had a daughter, I'd sing her to sleep, mostly with opera. She started performing at school, a true actress by 10. She'd ask to hear the story of me at Lincoln Center when I sang in a soprano tone alone. Then, guess what? La Boheme was coming to the Met again. She knew exactly what she wanted, the horn and the toy horse, and though that solo's always been a boy, they said she sang so well, they'd make a first exception. She came home bathed in tears of joy. So to celebrate, we picked a day and a ski resort to get away, and we drove towards Stratton, full speed ahead. And then as we merged onto the Van Wyck, a 2x4 came up real quick. I slammed on the brakes on a patch of ice, and the car spun out and flipped over twice till the friction from the tread kicked in. I was fine, but she was. She was an opera kid, ready for fountains and arches and James Levine. She was an opera kid who would have brought down 4 balconies with her divine voice. I made a choice, now I regret. Still part of me lives at the Met. And though I stopped going to opera, and though I never sing out loud, I'll always be that opera kid at the Met. Her name's still in that program. And so will she.